Hello and welcome back to another painting tutorial by me, Peninsula Painting. So today we're going to paint the Genestealers from the Tooth and Claw box set. I had a fantastic time assembling these. They're pretty, I'd say, slightly complex to an extent, but they're also fun as well. So some of them I've equipped with the talons and the normal hands, and then some of them have got the normal hands and the scythes. So in this video I'm only going to paint up one, but behind the scenes I'll be painting all 8 of them, get them ready, get them painted. Might even use this for a kill team. So the first 2 base paints that we're going to use is deep blue for the skin and hetch lichen for the carapace, which is, you know, your traditional Genestealer colours from Space Hulk, pretty much. That's what I remember Genestealers to be from Space Hulk. I remember buying my first Space Hulk box set in about the year 1999, I think, or maybe 2000. And me and my cousin, I think we bought about 2 each. I think it was only £25 at the time. I think they were trying to get rid of them. So anyway, put it on the palette. The hetch lichen is an air paint, so I'm not going to thin that down. The deep blue is an alternative to Cantor blue. Dropped a bit of water in the Cantor blue. Just going to mix it in and thin it down. So most people say, and normally I've said in the past, just slap it on, don't worry. But because I want to get this done pretty quickly, I don't want to be doing any neating up really. So I'm going quick, but I'm also taking my time. And that's why you thin your paints as well. And as you can see, the glue's gone a bit funny. So that's the first coat of the deep blue, and as I've said before, I thinned it down with water, you know, to allow it to go onto the model a lot easier and to prevent the details from being obscured. But this is a prime example of why you should always do 2 thin coats, because it doesn't look the best, does it? In fact, let's turn this over so you can see the model a bit better. That's better. So it doesn't look the best, so I'm going to do the purple next, but then when that's done I'm going to do another coat of the blue, and I'm going to do probably another coat of the purple, but I'll do it off camera. So Regiment Brush by Army Painter. Now I love this purple. I use this purple on my Space Marine Army. This is very, very dark. Look at that. That is very, very dark. Down to pigments in this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can imagine, it's quite hard to paint on camera. I'm going to go over the hands. I'm going to leave the claws black. What else are we going to do? These little slits. Do them purple as well, like so. You might want to use a smaller brush for this. I think next time if I paint any more of these, I will probably prime it with the deep blue first, the whole lot, and then just come in and do the rest. I'm going to put a drop of water into this hex lichen just to thin it down a little bit more so it flows a little bit better. That's better. I've just done a second coat on the deep bloom for the Carapace. We're going to use Vampire Red on the tongue. I've already done one coat, I'm going to do a second coat now. Then we're going to use Game Colour Black for the scythes and his claws. Demonic Yellow for his eyes. Game Colour White for his teeth, make that stand out. And then we will go on to washes then. No, highlights and then washes. Game Colour Black on the scythes. Thinned it down 1 to 1 with water. And we just do probably 2 thin coats, hopefully with the grey undercoat, and we might be able to do it in 1. This paintbrush is a little bit battered, but for base coating and stuff like that, it does its job. And do the claws and his toes. Yep, what's going on there? There's a bit of grey in that. So that's that. Going to go on to the Vampire Red next, which is another alternative to Screamer Pink. I'm going to probably do the teeth and eyes off camera because I think it's struggling to focus, to be honest. So yeah, when I come back, the eyes and the teeth should be done. Then we go into the highlighting. The claws and the eyes and the teeth are done. Next we're going to go on to the dry brushing. So we're going to use Electric Blue to highlight the Carapace and Genestealer Purple to highlight the skin. So we're just going to get this 1/2 inch size brush. It's fairly dry, should work. We get the paint and the bristles and then wipe it off. Test on your thumb, seems alright. Let's hope for the best. So you just lightly stroke it across the miniature. Seems a little bit too much. So yeah, see, look at that. Right, we'll try it again then. Nope, still too much. I think the brush is a little bit too wet, but sod it. Let's get it on. And just lightly brush it over the miniature. Obviously with this colour we want to avoid the black and the purple. That's not really that hard. If it does go on, it doesn't really matter though, it's not the end of the world, I'm not going to cry. Right, so we'll leave that brush, I'll clean that in a minute. Got another brush. This is a 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to use this. Genestealer purple. Give it a good shake. Do a little bit more. And that's the dry brushing done. Now it does look a little bit chalky, but next stage we'll do a wash and hopefully it should get rid of that. And it should be tabletop ready then. Oh, one more thing, let's quickly just do the where are we? Where is that grey gone? Like, we're going to use wolf grey to highlight the black. Let's quickly do that. Give this a good shake. And obviously you don't clean your brush because obviously you don't want it to get wet. So we've just covered all the Brussels sprouts, all the bristles in that wolf grey paint. You want to get rid of it all off here. And that's that done. Next stage we'll be doing the washing and hopefully it'll be nearly complete. We use Dragonhearth Nightshade to wash the miniature, obviously the bloom, and then we use Druchii Violet to wash the purple. So I don't normally use palettes for washes. I just put it on the brush, wipe it on the side of the lid so it doesn't get wasted, and then just put it on. And this should hopefully get rid of all the powderiness from the dry brushing. And bring all the blues together on the miniature. And then we will have a tabletop ready to Genestealer. And I'll probably be using these for kill team for now, and then I'll be getting the rest of my army together. I'm going to try and start playing a 40k army of these. Now with the Druchii Violet, I've just done like a couple of drops of this and some more paint mixing medium. This is the same as Lamium medium or Lamay, whatever it's called. Just mix that together. It takes the harshness away from the purple, because on my test model when I did the Druchii Violet, it was just too dark, the purple, after the dry brush. But with this, it just blends in nicely. I want to throw a bit on the side as well, sod it. Gets that done then, doesn't it? Right, so when I come back, it should be all dry, and hopefully it should be all finished as well. There we go. So it's pretty much all dried off, and as you can see by the carapace, you can see it's obviously been coloured in 2 different blues and it's been washed. Now I'm fairly happy with how this has come out. A little bit closer. If I painted these again in the future, which I will be, I will probably sub-assembly these and paint them up that way. For example, I'll probably not connect all the arms, leave them on the sprue, leave the heads on the sprue, and just snip the sprues at either end, and probably use my airbrush to base coat it all and spray it. I would not put the arms on until I've done the base, because obviously now it's going to be quite hard to get to the base and to dry brush it and to wash it and stuff. So that's what I'll probably do next time. Like I've said, guys, with all these videos, these quick and easy videos, this isn't going to win you any awards, but in my opinion, it's pretty much tabletop ready, isn't it? You know, you could easily take this to any games workshop, or you know, have a game at home with your friends, and it looks good enough to play on the tabletop. So guys, hopefully this has helped, and if it has, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Ciao guys.